Welcome back to Closing Laps podcast. I'm Matt from Breakard, joined by Cam from Closing Laps, who's in a hotel room again this week, and we figured out the connection. How's it going, Cam?
Oh, it's been a day.
It has, in fact, been a day for everybody involved. We just had Talladega this past weekend. I went to Talladega for the first time ever. Went down for a Sunday show. I actually really enjoyed Talladega. So a couple of quick observations. One, it definitely feels like Daytona's
redheaded stepchild.
Yes. It's like the forgotten one in the family. But I don't mean that in a bad way.
It's the redneck Daytona.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't mean that in a bad way. The grandstand could probably be updated at some point, but it has this kind of old school feel to it. So I don't want them to touch it. Leave it how it is. Same with the scoring tower and everything like that. The infield, I actually enjoy the infield setup there more than I do Daytona. I like that big barn that they have. The food prices are better. There's a bunch of bathrooms there, which is super nice. I really enjoyed it. The downside, the only way to get in and out of the infield back to the parking lot is on a tram. And that is the least efficient way to ever move people around.
And you have to go through the back too, don't you? Yeah. You have to go through the back stretch.
So they have two, and I parked on the outside of turn 3. So I needed to go to the backstretch one, which actually kind of worked out well for me. But there's no pedestrian tunnels. And I'm a person that likes to be able to control what I'm doing. You're just at the mercy of trams. So we got back home last night incredibly late. It was not.
Yeah, that's what, an 8-hour drive?
It was it's just about a little over 7. And then if you cook it a little bit more, you can make up some time. So
did you take the Blackwing?
I did. No, we took the Blackwing because it was such a late minute trip. I was like, listen, I want the comfort of the Blackwing versus the Jeep. The maybe soon to be replaced Jeep. We'll wait and see. What kind of car would you like to replace this with? I don't know. Here's 17 different ones that have been picked out. Okay, cool. Let's figure this out now.
I do work in the car industry, just letting you know.
You do. But also, somebody has very expensive taste.
Yeah, that checks out.
GX. I'd really like a GX 550. Cool. Yeah, cool. I would also like a CT5 Blackwing. Yeah. But hey, we have to.
Yeah.
Whatever. Moving on. Talladega was fun. I had a lot of fun there on Sunday. Shout out to the people at Rockstar Celsius. They brought us down for the weekend, or for Sunday rather, which was really cool for them to do. Obviously, Reddick had the Rockstar scheme on the car this week. Fun time there. Ran into a lot of great people. The rapper Currency was standing right next to me. I had no idea, which one shows my pop culture knowledge.
So
I think if you heard a couple songs, you might know who it is. But yeah, just one of those random things. Also, it's very stormy here, so if you hear thunder, if you hear a lot of banging.
It's about to hit here too.
Yeah. So, oh man.
Already?
Ready? All right. Goodbye. I am a big boy.
I am a big boy.
But it was a fun time. Do you like Talladega from like a cruise standpoint?
Oh yeah, it's easy as hell for crew.
Yeah,
because where they park is right behind the garage.
Yeah, that is actually super nice.
Yeah, it's the infield is because you don't have all the crap that you have with Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to get in and out of the infield there.
When you can control your own destiny, it's a lot easier to get in and out of the during that. Yeah, for sure. It's the banking of the road course caught me off guard. Was not expecting bank corners on the road course, but they are substantial. Yeah, like I actually thought they had built an oval in the infield there for a second when because the bus drives around it. Yeah. And I was like, where the fuck are we?
You're in the road course.
What would we rate the racing? This is actually a good question there, Jamie. So my initial one, when I did it I recorded in the car, sitting outside of a Chipotle somewhere in Tennessee. And I gave it an 80 because in the moment when I was at the racetrack, I had a great time at the racetrack. And that really influenced my decision making.
Your decision making.
Yeah. This morning, I rewatched the broadcast while I was working, and I actually enjoyed stage one. I thought stage one was fun from like a strategy standpoint. Like I liked stuff like that, but I understand why some people didn't like it. I hated stage three. So I'd probably give it somewhere around like a 65.
Why'd you hate stage 3?
Can't pass. Everybody's running 100% throttle. And from lap 38 to the finish line, the 2 cars on the front row never changed.
Yeah.
And nobody could create a third lane. The only way a third lane gets created is there's some sort of bobble up front to disrupt the lanes, and then you can get it. Summer Daytona, the perfect example of that. That's how Blaney ended up being able to win. But without that, you're just stuck running 100% throttle and nobody can move.
You know, it's funny. So, have you watched any of like the videos Hocevar's put out and all that good stuff after he won?
Not a ton.
So I was out at dinner. I was actually watching it. He was streaming on Twitch, and I was watching it on TikTok. And he was talking about how when the wreck happened, when Eric Jones wrecked.
Yeah.
Right. He said to himself, I'm going to win this race. Right. I literally was this close to texting you after the big one and saying Hocevar is going to win.
Yeah.
Right. Because when I looked, I was like, okay, where's Hocevar? Right. Because I wanted Hocevar to win. I've wanted Hocevar to win. I felt like he deserved it. Right. When I looked to see where he was in the bottom lane towards the back. Right.
Yep.
And he was saving, essentially just sitting there saving. And in my head, and I almost texted you and said, if his pit crew does well, he wins this race. And what happened? His pit crew did well. They didn't have to wait on fuel. He came out in front and he won the race.
He did. So I don't know if you saw the tweet I had where I said, Arco, first-time winner, Andy J. O'Reilly, first-time winner, Corey Day. Cup Series, do we get a first-time winner today?
First-time winner. Yeah, I saw that.
And we got it with Carson. Carson's not who I thought it was going to be. I actually thought Priest was in a better position at that point when I tweeted it to get it done. Yeah. But kid drove his butt off. Team got it done. And
he kicked it.
How many times have you and I said, like, you put yourself in position up front enough times, eventually you'll capitalize on it. Yeah. Also, good pack rat here. He is correct. That's not what I meant to put up there, but yes, the broadcast was terrible. He said it. He tweeted me after I tweeted out in stage 2, like, are we going to get another first time winner? And he said Hocevar's taking it, and called a shot and got it done.
Got it. I was happy to see him win. Here's my question: is this the most popular win since Chase Elliott? First time win since Chase Elliott.
First time winner, yeah, 100%. I can't think of another driver that picked up their first win of their career that has had this type of fan reaction to him, other than, like you said, Chase.
Yeah.
Even
Chase, I don't think was this big.
Chase's was,
because where was his first win? Was it
Watkins?
Was it the Glen?
Yeah, and you're right. It wasn't like it was popular for sure, but I feel like if it was at an oval,
if it was at Daytona or Talladega,
if it was at Talladega, Atlanta, like it would have been huge. Yeah. It was a great win. His celebration was
hell of a celebration,
dude. I'm so glad that NASCAR's like, yeah, we're not going to ban that. Like that was fun.
It's awesome.
And I posted like a graphic that said, like, Steve O'Donnell said that he was fine with it to Facebook. And there are so many comments of people being like, it's so dangerous. Why would they let him do that? And I'm like, this is the same fan base that wants drivers to have fun, have personalities. Now you're saying, oh, this is too dangerous.
The same fan base that wants to see fights on pit road.
Right. Like the dude is 6'4". he's got long enough legs to reach down in there and
Yeah.
touch the gas. And the way that he had to put the wheel back on with his leg, like there was no way he was falling out of that race car.
What was funny is we were sitting there and I was out because I was in Atlanta this weekend. So I was driving back from Atlanta watching the race. And I'm sitting there watching it and they're coming and he does his thing and he turns around and gets out of the car. And my wife's like, he's stuck. He's stuck.
Yeah.
Like, he's not stuck. He's doing something.
He's doing something.
Like,
yeah.
He's not stuck. It's like, what he's doing, I don't know, but he's doing something.
How funny would it be if he did get stuck?
I was like, what is he doing?
Safety crew's got to come out and like yank him out. If he would have caught that beer, that would have been an all-time moment.
He talked about it.
I know.
He talked about it on the broadcast or like on the Twitch that I was watching.
Yeah.
He said in his head, he's thinking, I'm going to catch this beer. I'm going to shotgun it and slam it on the hood. And he does this. And as soon as he does this, the beer goes, boop.
Yeah. He's just missed it.
Dude, that would have been all time.
That would have been such a moment. And like, absolutely would have been on every like social media page that you could possibly think of.
100%.
Barstool runs that for the next year.
Yeah. It was, and so it was funny. So apparently his dad, every time his dad shows up to the track, they're having a good race and then he wrecks and then he having a good race and wrecks every time he's at the track. Well, his dad wasn't at the track because he was sick.
Oh no.
And he slept through the whole race.
Oh no. Probably for the best though.
He was talking about how now his dad has a superstition where he's going to sleep through the whole race.
He's got to sleep through every race now.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I was like, oh, damn, that sucks.
When he drove into the wall there at start finish line to do the burnout, he hit the wall like a pretty good
he talked about that too. He talked about how he actually, before he hit, gunned it before he hit the wall because he was like, I didn't want to stall the car out.
Yeah.
Like, because he said, like, when he was down there fidgeting and doing stuff at the beginning, he actually stalled the car out like 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, you can see it, like you can hear it on the broadcast because I watched it again today, and he goes like you can hear the revs and then just like the noise it makes when you stall. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. That's why he gets back in the car.
Yeah, so like he didn't want to stall it out. I mean, he didn't. It was a hell of a time, man. Hell of a time.
It was a great, like that was a great celebration. Not the best race we've ever seen, for sure, but like. All around, I mean,
I have a fix for the Gen 8 car.
What's that?
Let's take the car that's producing the best racing right now.
Yeah, the O'Reilly car, just make it the Cup car.
Like, I'm not lying to you when I say I look forward more to the O'Reilly races than I do the Cup races now.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather watch the O'Reilly series than watch the Cup series. It's far more entertaining. It's, in lack of better words, it's mo better.
Mo better.
It's mo better.
I 100% agree. It's definitely a better product for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up the question that I think Jamie asked here.
Would he be the youngest champion?
Yes. So
Jamie, the Gen 8 car has to come out before that.
What do they say? Oh, before 2029. So typically, generation of Cup cars lasts between 7 and 9 years. So that's about the time. That's about the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Hocevar was born on January 28th. So he is 23 years old right now. He would not be the youngest champion. He'd be the second youngest champion. Bill Rexford. He'd be the youngest modern era champion, beating Jeff Gordon by about 4 months if he were to do it. Bill Rexford in 1950 won it at 23 years old and 7 months. If Hocevar wanted to be 23 years and 11 months. So
I'm friends
with the third.
Okay. I'm friends with some of the pit crew members on that crew. And one of them has literally, and I don't know if it's just one or if it's all of them, but I know at least one or two of them have been on that car since he came into Cup Series.
Dude, that
So
would
if
be
done
so great for them.
every race with him and
I
like started with him too, like it was their first Cup Series race with him. So
I think it's cool that all 3 Spire teams went to Victory Lane yesterday to take a win photo, like as a
that
company.
is,
Yeah, like
yeah.
that's a cool moment because obviously they won in 2019 with Justin Haley. That was a rain shortened race. That wasn't this iteration of Spire either.
Mhm.
Like that was
This is
kind
a
of the
completely different Spire.
start and park era. Yeah, the TWG Spire that it is now. Jeff Dickerson and then Dan Tauris, obviously co-owners in it. Like that, this is a different Spire. They have a much stronger Hendrick alliance. They are much higher up on the Chevy pecking order now. Like
They're the
this,
third highest team in Chevy. Might be
I
the
would argue
second.
second. Yeah,
I was gonna
right
say
now.
might be second.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, they are the second. What am I
Second.
saying?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
above RCR. They're above Trackhouse.
yeah.
Trackhouse, just what I like about being at the racetrack is I get to talk and see a lot of people. You learn a lot of things. A lot of things. And Trackhouse's downfall, you can kind of point back to one guy that left last year, and then you can see the downturn in their performance. And
Mhm,
hey, that guy builds winners wherever he goes.
mhm. I
Done.
forget who it was, but it might have been Kevin Harvick on his podcast. It was either Kevin Harvick or it was Dale on the download
Mhm.
talking about why they were so good when it first started.
Oh, it was Corey LaJoy was on his
It
podcast.
Yes, it was
Yep.
stacking pennies, yes, because they had
GM Technical
the
Center.
GM Technical Center in-house,
Yep.
and then when they built the building right outside of Hendrick,
Yep.
it went away, obviously, and slowly has done this.
Yeah. And I think part of that, so not that RCR had the GM Technical Center, but RCR helped do a lot of the development of the Gen 7 car.
Trackhouse, you mean?
No, no,
No,
no.
track no, it was RCR.
Yeah,
Yeah,
RCR
RCR.
did a lot of the development of it. So like when the Gen 7 car came out, RCR obviously in 22 and in
Yeah.
first half of 23 were really strong and then really have lost their way since.
Did you hear what Kyle said? That
Which
about the we might have talked about this last week, how they basically told them halfway through the season in 23 to stop doing something.
Oh yeah, he talked about that on the podcast that he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, man.
it's back again.
I don't know why. I just
What's
ended
up,
it on my
Alex?
watch.
They Yeah, so whatever they were doing, Kyle said that NASCAR kind of slapped their hands and said, "Don't bring that back to the racetrack," which we've heard before. They kind of did it to Trackhouse a little bit. They've done it to Hendrick before, as much as people don't want to say that. Randall's, yeah, Alex said Randall Burnett said it in an interview as well.
Yeah.
It's not that they were doing anything illegal; it was just that NASCAR didn't like it. And for me, racing's all about gray areas, right? Like
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is like if it's not
exploit it.
illegal, let them do it.
Yeah, I'd keep bringing it back to the racetrack until you make it illegal. Like, is what it is. Make a rule, like force them to make a rule, which is kind of what NASCAR and NASCAR drivers always do, right? Is like force them to make rules. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was frustrating to me to read and listen to because it's like, damn. Did you hear Bowman's comments were taken as a hint of retirement? Thoughts post race? Not too
Yeah,
excited about.
did you hear that?
So I will say I thought he smiled really well. So maybe I just misread the excitement, but I did hear him say that he doesn't have too many hits left in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he said that, I instantly went, what?
So okay. Let's pose this Alex Bowman question because he's in a contract year, obviously.
Yeah.
If you were Rick Hendrick, obviously your development driver just won this weekend in Corey Day. You're not going to put him in a cup car for 27. That doesn't make sense. That's not. If he had more, if Corey Day had sort of multiple years of pavement work behind him, I would say, yeah. I think right now he's still learning pavement racing.
Okay.
And I think even he in his interview where he was like, a lot of weeks, I think the car has more than I do, like just in terms of like performance, because he's still trying to figure it out. And I don't
Yeah.
think moving him in there would be the best move yet. But
Alex is right. They did it
yeah,
with
Alex is
Byron.
right. They did it with Byron, but Byron also had a truck series. Well, should have won a truck series championship. He had an Xfinity championship. Like he had a lot of pavement racing experience. But if you need a 1-year stopgap, do you sign Alex Bowman for a 1-year extension, or do you go get somebody like AJ Allmendinger, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a veteran to put in that car just to see where the performance level's at?
I think it depends on who it is, but I mean, if you're going off of AJ Allmendinger or Ricky Spithouse, I'm going Alex Bowman over them.
So I think also your wife should save this comment.
Dude, I get that all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I guess because I've seen you in person, like I don't see it because like you're 6'5" and gigantic, and Leonardo DiCaprio's not. But like,
No,
yeah,
I get him and I get Channing Tatum all the time.
I can see that one. Yeah, like if you shaved your head or like at least
Yeah.
went like super buzz, yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think AJ in Hendrick equipment, I would love to see him in really good equipment because at this point of his career, I think he could be successful in it. And we've never seen he had an opportunity to be in really good equipment with Penske, and then the Adderall thing happened, and then like, hey, you got to go and get suspended and all that stuff.
I think it'd be really cool to, if you're doing that. I guess we have seen Ricky in good equipment in the 17. But was that good equipment at the time?
It wasn't very good equipment. Yeah, when he was in it, I wish Ricky was like in Roush equipment now, just to see what he could do, because it's way better now than it was when he was there, which is why he only won at super speedways.
I don't think you're going to put Jesse Love in for 1 or 2 years, though. You're putting Jesse Love in. You're putting Jesse Love in.
So there is chatter, not about Jesse Love in particular, but if Hendrick could find a way to get a young driver out of a contract, like there's a chance to get that done. But that creates a headache 2 years from now. Yeah. In what you do with your current driver lineup.
Larson ain't getting any younger.
No, but he's also, what, 34?
But he also, can we talk about the fact that it's been 35 races now since he won?
Dude, I saw Cliff walking down pit road yesterday after they wrecked out, and he was just squeezing his hands together as he was walking, like down at his side, just squeezing into a fist. And I was like, oh, this is a guy that is not happy right now.
No.
Not happy in like the sense of like, I don't think he's worried about it's obviously not worried about his job or anything. I think he's just pissed that they haven't won. Like he's just competitive.
Yeah. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
Which I can totally go with.
100% understand it. Like where are we going to this week in Texas?
Yeah.
Is this the weekend? No, it would be. No, it's. What is after this? Texas, and then where are we off to? I blanked. I don't either. Watkins Glen. That's why I blanked on it, because it's not our normal spot.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, Mother's Day weekend. But yeah, if Larson doesn't win in the next 2 weeks, then it's a year.
It's wild.
And like Texas is a place he can absolutely win at.
100%.
Yeah. Toyotas are going to be strong. We know that.
Yep.
Watkins Glen, he could win here. I don't think he's going to. I think there are better cars out there
3 or
than
4
him.
better drivers.
Yeah. All in the Chevy camp. Syracuse graduation that weekend too. Oh, wow. There's going to be a party up in the Finger Lakes region.
Ooh.
And then All-Star race at Dover, and then the Coke 600, which he could win that.
Yeah, he's very good at Charlotte.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either. They're just missing something. And not like, had a chance to win at Kansas a couple weeks ago. It's just, they're just slightly off. It's not that they're, they're not bad. They're just.
No. Where are they in points?
Hang on a second. I will tell you because I've got Racing Reference pulled up. They are 6 in points. Yeah, 6.
6 in points.
3 top 5, 6 top 10s this year.
Don't look now, but Joey Logano has had probably 3 of the worst races of his career.
Yeah, he's 15th in points.
And he's 15th in points.
But he's still 21 points above the cut line.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's still going to make the playoffs.
Oh, I agree.
Or the chase, whatever you want to call it.
I don't disagree there, Alex. Once Hendrick figures out the new body, Larson's going to be unbeatable. They definitely have struggled to figure out this new body. And I learned this weekend, too, that the body is different on the sides, like where the side skirts are. Mm-hmm. So it's become a challenge for the jackmen, too, because they're calling it basically like a blind edge when they go to put the jack underneath there because the lip sticks out so far. It like messes with your brain. You think that the jack's in, but it's not in. And I think Bozy was breaking it down on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. But like,
I mean, you're not like you're looking at it, but
they noted that they like put these, obviously everybody puts this like usually the stripe, like the sticker on there. But like I think the one on maybe the 24 car this weekend was like damn near 12 inches long, just so it's like very visible that it's there. Yeah. I don't know.
This week it doesn't really matter. You're waiting on fuel anyway.
Dude. Everybody's waiting on
fuel.
You have to. Also, Larson's fuel man getting the tanks stuck together or the gas cans stuck together as they went.
I genuinely don't understand how that happened.
So I watched the first maybe 2 pit stops from Bubba's pit, and they got one of their gas cans stuck on the sign. Like what? Like when he went to hand it back over, it hit the pole.
Oh, on the camera?
Yeah.
He hit the camera pole?
Yeah, he like threw it back and it like banged.
Bubba was too far forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that bad that I can do that?
No.
So Bubba was too far forward.
Watching from pit road's always fun. I enjoy it. It's also crazy that you just used to jump out in front of race cars like that.
I've been hit by one.
Have you?
I've never told you that story?
No.
I got hit by Anthony Alfredo.
Oh, no.
My 3rd race of my career.
Oh, no. Even worse.
At California. Mm-hmm. The last.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah.
Like just banged
up. So remember when? So that was the year they put in the orange lines.
Yeah.
Right. And so the orange line's right on the jump line. Well, he didn't remember if he could cross that line if nobody was in that box.
Oh, no.
So he went to come in and swerved because he was like, oh, crap. And it's somewhere. I mean, my buddy's got it on his GoPro camera still.
If we look at the O'Reilly, I don't know, good pack out, O'Reilly race from Fontana 2023.
Fontana 2023 is what it is. But he swerves because he's like, oh, crap, I don't want to run over that line. Well, I hesitate and jump late, and it hits me. My feet go up in the air and everything, and Jack goes flying, and I landed on my wrist.
Oh,
finished this. Still did the pit stop, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. It was the race that was after the Cup race.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was the last race at Fontana.
Did you pit the Cup race too?
No.
Okay.
No.
24 is when you start doing Cup stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big wreck that happened. Bubba Wallace,
dude.
Ross Chastain. So obviously, like, yeah, Bubba gets hit. He spins out like that. That caused it.
Did you watch? You watched the what's it called? The footage or the broadcast, right?
No, I watched the broadcast.
Did you hear
when he goes up in the air? Yeah.
Yeah. He got rocked.
He got rocked. He got lucky that thing went back down on the ground too. Like kind of lucky that he was in the corner in a sense, but it goes up in the air and like you can hear it on the broadcast, like the RPMs just boom spike. I don't. So everybody was blaming Bubba. Oh, he threw a late block. Blah blah blah. It wasn't a late block. Like he moved up kind of after Ross did. Like it wasn't an egregious late block. He moved
No.
up, expected that lane to carry momentum, did not expect that lane to have the momentum it did from the Fords that were behind Chastain. So when they pushed Chastain, the 23, it didn't matter what was going to happen. Like he was going to wreck in that situation just because of the momentum coming. 26 cars involved, just
25.
25.
26 is the record. It was 25.
Oh, I thought 28 was the record. My bad.
No, I thought it was 26.
Probably is. It was a lot of cars involved.
Either way.
I was standing there and like I obviously like from pit road, you today Tony Talladega takes a while. I was standing like down towards maybe start finish line. What would be start finish line Daytona, middle of the tri-oval.
Okay.
And I had like looked down at my phone to change the scanner, and I just hear this huge eruption from the crowd, and I look up at the screen, and it's just a white plume of smoke, and you can't see anything. I'm like, oh no! And then they like cut to a different camera. I'm like, that's the entire field, and then you just see, I think it was Busher and Priest and whoever, just kind of those 4 cars just come by the front stretch. Like, is this what's left?
Is this
now?
what's left?
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely thought that was what was going to be left. I felt like it was going to be the Daytona 2023.
Oh,
like 10 cars.
The summer race in 23, that Austin Dillon won when he was racing Austin Cindric. Yeah.
Yes. There's like 10 cars left.
It was a lot of cars there. A lot of broken cars. Ty Gibbs took a shot.
Dude.
When that tire went.
Dude, you talking about the set after?
Yeah. What he brought the caution after that big wreck. Even Larson on the broadcast goes, "Oh, that's a big wreck."
Yeah, because it was. That hurt too.
Oh yeah, he took a big hit at Daytona 2 years ago, I think, in the summer race. When he and Blaney got turned head on into the wall.
Yeah,
he came over the radio and he was pissed about how hard the hit was and like how much it hurt. And they were like, his team kind of like tried to calm him down. He's like, I think if I hit the wall at 180, I can complain for a minute. Like 100%, dude. Like you're just driving, all of a sudden you get hooked. Yeah,
190. What 193 this week?
Is that what it was?
I think that was the max.
They when they run full throttle, like they're hauling ass still around there. They just can't pass anybody, which is the downside.
You can't. They need to figure something out. I like that they were able to run full throttle, but they need to be able to make runs.
Yeah, they need to take some drag off of this car. They need to be able to suck up better. There's just a lot of flaws with it on a super speedway right now.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fine. Like it's
decent.
exactly. I didn't go into it thinking that it was going to be anything less than that, right? Like if it ends up being good, great. But if it's not, then it's exactly what we thought it was going to be, right? Like stuck 2x2.
I talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's exactly how last spring finished. Everybody ran 2x2 for the final 30 laps, and nobody could pass.
Yeah. Like watching the O'Reilly race, I went.
Oh my god, that race was so much fun.
It was old school Daytona Talladega.
How about Allgaier and Quapple pulling up into the middle of the pack and forcing everybody to go around? Very Joey Logano-esque of them, and now we're calling penalties for it. But Jesse Love making basically like a huge S turn.
How did he make it out of that?
I have no idea, but it was some of the most impressive driving that you'll ever see. It looked like a video game too. It looked like he was being he was in fast forward compared to everybody else right there for a minute.
Yeah,
it was so cool. It was very cool to see.
I thought it was hilarious because apparently NASCAR put out a message saying, "You do this, we're going to penalize you," right?
Yeah, that's what they said in the drivers' meeting.
Yeah. So cool. I'm good with it, but I did find it hilarious that when it came to the Cup Series, everyone was like, "Nope, not doing that."
Not doing it. Yeah, we got that. They kind of got multiple strategies there, so everybody got put in 2 different packs a little bit. Also, How about Fox not even sticking around to see who was going to finish 10th in the stage one when you had a real good battle going on between Chastain and Kyle Busch coming into the tri-oval? They just cut and go straight to commercial. Like,
because it's
Fox.
Fox.
Oh, they're just the worst.
We got a couple more weeks and we get Prime.
3 more weeks. You got Texas, All-Star race, Watkins Glen. Then we're off to Prime.
Side note, did you see Gluck's tweet?
Which one?
In the dark.
Oh, great.
Dude.
Talladega at night would
Dude. Oh my gosh. Just give it to me. Like, just give it to me.
A literal Talladega nights. Also, can you, I know we like having Talladega in the springtime, but can you imagine a June summer night, Talladega, Alabama with the lights? Give it to me.
No. You want
4th of July.
You want to
Talladega.
You want to give me 4th of July, not at night, during the day. You want to talk about not being able to control those cars?
Dude, it was 84 degrees there yesterday, and it was hot. I was not having it. Like, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you can see it, but I got a nice lanyard tan on the back of my neck.
Nice.
From it. I put sunscreen on this time too.
Talladega in rain, less
wrecks. I think it would be so much fun to have a night race there. Obviously, lights around it, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, fans would melt during July day race.
Why we can't put lights around it?
It's just not cost effective.
Who cares? It would bring so much money.
Yeah, I think you definitely for like the first couple of years you would sell it out.
You're telling me we can put lights around,
but it also comes down. It's not just that. You're going to also have to put lights around the parking areas. You're going to have to make sure that the streets are lit. Like, there's just a lot that goes into it other than just lights around the racetrack.
You can bring in the fast street lights.
Yeah. Dude, imagine the boulevard at night during a cup race.
During a cup race?
They wouldn't be able to put cameras down there.
No.
I was trying to explain it. I was trying to explain it this weekend on the drive down, like what the boulevard was, and the look of just the flabbergasted look I got when I told about things that have happened on the boulevard.
Oh yeah, people don't realize that Talladega is a party that there just so happens to be a race at.
Yeah, it's a party and a race breaks out on Sunday.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is. Did you see the pictures of everything left?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video about it after we hop off here.
There's 3 gallons of milk,
just warm milk sitting out in the Alabama sun. Disgusting.
Yes, that's disgusting.
Can it revert back to raw milk because you're getting E. coli or some sort of salmonella from that? Yeah, overall, it was a great weekend for myself down there. The O'Reilly race, Corey Day picking up his first win was great. The ARCA race, Andy Jankowiak picking up his first win. Great moment for him. He looked shell-shocked getting out of that car. Andy did. No.
Oh, Andy?
Andy got out and was just like, I don't know, dude. I won this race somehow. Like, doing from delivering pizzas to that. Just a cool moment all around.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to see what else. Oh, the Fox commercials were a big talking point.
They literally did side by side during a caution.
Yeah. So they said at the beginning of the year that all cup races on Fox and FS1, you would see all green flag laps. Like if they were going to commercial, they would go side by side. This week, they do full screen commercials during green flags. And they said it's because they didn't expect for stage 1 to go caution free. So what happened is they sold ads for a caution during stage 1. When the caution didn't happen, then they were backloaded and they had to figure out what to do with it because they need to do make goods in real time here, coming from the advertising marketing world. So then they do it in real time and pisses everybody off in the process. And then the reason we got cautions is because they sold side-by-sides for green flag, and now they had to do full screen during that. So then we had to do cautions with side-by-side. It was a whole mess.
It was so stupid. I was literally like, "What are we doing? What
Yeah, it was
are we
bad.
doing?"
And then, so there's 211 minutes of race broadcast on Sunday, 64 minutes of commercials during that. And I saw a lot of people complaining about it, but you have to, I think people just don't understand that when it's on network, when it's on Fox, they have to show more commercials because when it's on FS1 and cable, your cable subscription subsidizes the amount of commercials that you're going to
Yeah.
see. And I think that people just forget that, or some people don't understand it. And it's like, yeah, dude, the commercials suck, but like it's unfortunately a necessary evil for how much they have to pay for it. And it's not like the NFL, which has kind of natural built-in commercial breaks, right?
Built-in commercials, and they
Yeah.
literally pause the game to go to commercial.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like they have the TV time. Same with basketball and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's yeah. Mike brings up a good point here. No, this one. Attaboy JJ Yeley for an 11th on Saturday. For the first time since 1991, there is not a Ford entered in the O'Reilly series this weekend.
That's wild.
Yeah. How the
Like,
mighty have
it's
fallen.
gotten so bad.
It's crazy. And as much as we all want them to like a Penske team to start up or RFK, I would say that RFK is not going to do it in the near future.
No.
Penske, maybe you could get it, but so IndyCar right now is like, I don't know if it's actually a rule or if it's like a strong encouragement for their teams to field Indy Lights teams, like their IndyCar teams to field Indy Lights teams. I would like for NASCAR to adopt something like that where like cup teams have to support these lower series.
Wait, was JJ in the 91 this week?
Not the 91, the 5.
JJ Yaley?
Yeah, in the O'Reilly series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure he's in the 5 Hettinger car.
Was he? I couldn't remember. I mean, no, yeah, because Maggio was in the 91.
Yes.
Yeah, because my buddy's on that still and is loving life.
Wait, wasn't Natalie Decker supposed to be in this race? Or did she D and Q?
I don't know.
I don't even remember now. I also didn't watch qualifying, so that could be on me.
I didn't either. But no, getting back to the OEMs.
No, she qualified 36. How? She didn't even wreck. What's the point of her being in a race? She finished 33rd. Good for her.
She didn't even wreck. What's the point of her being in a race?
I didn't mean it like from like a misogynistic standpoint. I'm just saying that like typically with her in races, we get viral moments. She finished the race. She did finish the race lap down. The O'Reilly race actually pretty clean.
I'm dying.
My apologies.
No, you're not.
I'm not sorry, actually. No. She needs to hire a PR team desperately.
OEM. Sorry, I got you off your tangent.
No, you're good. What were you gonna say about the OEMs?
You're talking about them subsidizing the lower levels.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I would like to see cup teams have to support the lower level teams, at least like tier 1 cup teams. Like obviously Gibbs and Hendrick both have O'Reilly programs, but like Ford, a tier 1 Ford team needs to support a O'Reilly effort, whether that's Penske or RFK. I would actually love to see FRM do it because I think FRM, I think FRM can do it.
They were supposed to this year and it fell through.
They might have a 4th cup car at some point this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. No, I'm just saying Lane. I think Lane's going to be the guy that's going to drive it.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I think you're going to see Lane Riggs make a cup start this year. Wood Brothers should with Team Penske.
It is. Wood Brothers is a 4th Team Penske car.
Yeah, Alex, you bring up a decent point with Quapple, but I guess from an OEM standpoint, I would rather see the OEM versus them just like farming him out to do it, which I understand it from a Penske standpoint and from a development standpoint for sure. But who's the best lady driver in a stock car? I think there could be a few in late model. So Isabella Robusto came very close to winning.
Yeah, she's kicking butt.
She was in contention. Jade ran well. I mean, heck, Lainey Busey a week ago was about to finish 3rd in the ARCA race before Gio punted Destiny.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Better than you put it last week.
Yeah, that was bad. That was not good. No, there's some good, there's more good female race car drivers now than there ever have been. And I just hope that they get I hope they don't get rushed up. I think that maybe OEMs and driver development programs have learned from the mistakes of the past, and we're not going to just immediately push them. Yeah.
Too often does it happen that they actually just get pushed up,
right.
And then they get there and they're like, oh crap, they actually need help.
And it happens with guys too, but there's so many male race car drivers that like sometimes we just forget about the ones that get out. Yeah, it stands out more when it's a girl. Yeah. Robusto below Cletus in the ARCA points is a perfect example of how bad her luck has been this year. Yeah, it really is. Did Busey win in Trans Am this weekend? That's great for her. Yeah, there's a lot of talented girls out there right now. So hopefully we see them not get rushed, and I think you'll see one of them win an ARCA race this year. I know they will. But I think there's enough good ones right now that like even if one gets rushed, there's still a couple that could potentially find their way.
So I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Cindric, he pissed me off this week.
Why?
Because you picked him.
Yeah.
And he wrecked. He was in the big one and finished 8th.
So we did have this conversation on the drive home last night, and I was asked, did Cam pick Carson this weekend? Because obviously you love to pick Carson. I said, nope, he did not pick Carson this weekend.
No, I picked freaking Blaney, and he was in the big one.
He was in the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was not ideal for them. I'm looking at my notes to see if there's anything else I need to. Oh, Kyle Busch got a new crew chief.
He did.
He did. Andy Street is Kyle Busch's new crew chief. Jim Pullman out after 10 races. 10 races together. They got one top 10 this past weekend. Average start was 22.6. Average finish 22.1. 27th in points.
I don't think it does anything, though.
I don't think it does anything, but I think it's better to make the move now than wait until like July when they're both just super pissed off at each other. Like they're already mad. What would be the point in trying to force this relationship anymore?
Yeah.
And let me clarify this. I don't think that those two guys actually didn't like each other. I think Jim is really frustrated with what he inherited over at RCR. And I think Kyle's frustrated with just the current state of things. I don't think that they're mad at one another.
Fair.
Yeah, I think they're mad at the situation, but then not that they dislike each other. They're just mad about that.
But like when the problem's not the crew chief.
No, it goes way deeper.
The problem is way deeper than the crew chief. Way deeper.
We're fine.
You got a loud one today.
Yeah, he's awake. His mom got home, so he's got to go say hello.
Good Lord.
Strangers coming in the house.
You are kicking my.
What's the point difference?
50-19.
Oh my God. Andy Street was great last year filling in for Randall. I think Andy's not bad.
No, Andy's not. And when they do not do well, it's not going to be Andy's fault.
Mm-mm. So Jamie says, when does sponsors start leaving RCR? One thing I'll give RCR credit for, RCR in their sponsorship department is phenomenal. They are so good about finding sponsors, and they take really good care of their sponsors. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that they're going to leave unless, of course, like there's a better opportunity. But the value that they get, the ROI that sponsors get from RCR is actually really impressive.
Yeah, they do a very good job.
Yeah. Alex doubled his points this weekend. Bowman did.
You didn't see that?
I didn't. I haven't looked all the way through the points yet.
Uh-huh.
When I tell you I got home super late, woke up this morning right as I needed to like log in. And then I've just been in meetings all day and I had like an hour to record at the end of the day. And I've just been locked in. Yeah.
So here's the thing though. If I'm Jesse Love, I do not want to get in a Cup car at RCR.
No.
Like, I'm doing everything I can to not get in an RCR Cup car.
I am really curious what Jesse Love's RCR contract looks like. And if it includes a Cup option. And when I say a Cup option, if it includes he has to take a Cup ride with RCR if offered, versus if there's no Cup ride available for him this year, then he can seek other opportunities.
Who's his agent?
I don't know. I don't know. Yes. I know who his media person is.
There's a better Cup options.
Outside of RCR? Yeah, I mean, listen, there are rides open next year that Jesse Love could easily slot into. And I think that the what Jesse Love has been trying to do this year is position himself for one of those rides.
Yes.
There are a number of teams that would like to get Jesse Love.
Hell, I'm at the point in saying I'd rather be a colleague with no Chevy funding. Yeah. Oh, TDM's his agent? I didn't realize that.
Well,
I mean, he's also TDM's also.
They represent a number of.
Yeah, like they represent a ton of people.
So somebody here says, if Kyle Busch leaves, what team would you want to see him go to?
I want to see him go to college. I want Dodge to come into the Cup Series, and I want to see him to go to college.
One thing about Kyle Busch, like I need people to understand this. And Dustin, this isn't directed at you. This was actually a question that was asked a ton at the racetrack this weekend. Kyle Busch is not going to Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Busch is not going to Team Penske. Like no. Kyle Busch in his days of being a tier 1 driver are done. Like it's just not happening. He's not going back to Joe Gibbs. 2311 is not going to put him in a car. They have Corey Heim. If you pay attention, Corey Heim is on a pit box every single week in the Cup Series. That's because Corey Heim will be a Cup Series driver at 2311 next year. Like that's settled. Kyle has to pick from mid-pack teams right now. And when it comes down to it, Kyle brings baggage with him. Kyle is difficult to work with. Great race car driver. Difficult to work with. That's not a shock to anybody out there. I hate saying this, but RCR might be the best that he is going to be offered next year. I don't think Spire's on the table for him anymore.
I wouldn't want it.
No.
If you're Spire, you're above him.
I think you are. I think Daniel Suarez stays at Spire next year. Carson's locked in long term. Yeah. Suarez had a great year. So not a great year, but like he had a very solid year. A better year than what Kyle Busch has had and probably would have had. Questions around the 71. Does McDowell return? There's an option there. Or do you go out and get a different driver? Do you get a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. if he's available and Hayek does something? Do you get maybe somebody else that's on the market? Or, hey, they want to go big game hunting and land a big free agent or land a notable free agent. Do you go out and buy somebody?
What big free agents are there for them to land?
Not even, let me rephrase.
I think next year's the year you go big game hunting.
Yeah. Well, not even like a big free agent, like go out and try to buy Ryan Blaney or something like that, but like get a Jesse Love or try to buy another development driver or younger driver out of their contract to get him over there. Like,
God, could you imagine Jesse Love in one of those cars?
He'd excel.
He'd do so good in one of those
cars. It's going to be a learning phase for sure, but like I think he'd fit in super well over there.
Okay, here's my question. Our Hendrick obviously has an alliance with Spire.
Yeah.
Put Jesse Love in the 48. Put Corey Day in one of the Spire cars.
So I think ultimately, if Hendrick, depending on what they do with Bowman this year, if they don't re-sign Bowman or get a stopgap driver and they do sign a driver to a long term, I think that's the ultimate play there that you just mentioned. I think that he ends up at Spire, which it's just a Hendrick car, right? So
yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Sasquatch says Kyle Busch isn't washed. He won a truck race and almost got a second win. Yeah. Kyle Busch excels in a car with truck arms, a solid rear end, and
he's not good at this track or with this car.
No, it just that's what it comes down to. Like he has not succeeded in this car, and that's what it is. Third charter legacy for Kyle. No, like that's not for Kyle. It's for more than likely Riley, if I was going to guess.
Yeah.
Unless he takes a massive pay cut, I think he'd like to be in a top team, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, he demands a big salary too, and like he's a guy that's won 63 Cup races and 2 championships. He deserves a big salary. Like when he asked for it, like there's a reason. Yeah.
And they wouldn't be leaving Hendrick. Hendrick would be leasing him out to Spire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are enough. I mean, Clint Boyer signed with SHR and then drove a year at H. Scott Motorsports. Yeah. Casey Kane signed with Hendrick Motorsports, did a year at Red Bull and a Toyota. Like, this happens. Yeah, this happens. Is there a chance we see Casey Kane in the 25 truck this year? I wouldn't say no, but he did just announce that he's doing 10 sprint car races with Anthony Macri's team. Did you see who their next 2 drivers are? Or who 2 drivers that they announced?
Yeah.
Clint at Dover and Jamie at San Diego.
Was it San Diego?
Yeah. So they have to have a non-cup driver do San Diego. Like it had to be somebody. You can't do multiple races at San Diego. Also, talking about San Diego this weekend, what a cluster that's going to be.
Really?
Oh my God.
Why?
Parking lots open at 7 a.m.
Okay.
You have to be there. Like they're recommending you get there before the parking lots open. There's no parking on Coronado other than on base. You have to have your military ID checked. But apparently because of all the ongoing affairs in the world right now, it is going to be more locked down than previously thought. So like you're not going to be able to move. When you're in and where you're in your spot where you're supposed to be, you're there. You're there. There's no moving. So apparently they were all supposed to have like hospitality boats around like in the harbor right there for sponsors and everything like that. Those got nixed. Like no more hospitality stuff happening just because of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool, but I think that this is for myself, a watch on TV one because it is not gonna be fun getting. Yeah. And then like if you don't park on base, then you're stuck. Like you have to go back to the city and then take the ferry across. And that's going to be a pain in the ass.
It's going to be awful.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a one and done. Obviously, I think that was always the plan, but it was talking about it this weekend with some people. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not interested. Zane Smith Trackhouse, perfect example there, Alex.
Yeah, but they didn't really lease them. I guess
no, they leased him out to Spire to run that 71 car.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
I mean, heck, even Zilich last year, he had a Trackhouse contract, and they put him at JRM. Like,
JRM
happens.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see BJ McConnell. It would be. And like they almost had the opportunity to do it, and it just didn't get done. Skip Flores said on stacking pennies. There's a 2-year plan with Day a few weeks back, so he's got 1 more year in the 17 that he's ready. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're talking about with a stopgap year for the 48.
Yeah.
I gave everybody tickets for him losing nearby. I don't want to mess with it. Yeah, dude. We could have gone like both. I know you both you and I could have gone, and it was.
We talked about it.
Yeah, that was an easy pass. Also, Ben Kennedy came to the tweet up this weekend at Talladega. Bob Pockers Jeff Bianchi or Jeff Gluck and Jordan Bianchi. Jesus Christ. Got there, but Ben came and was asked about the schedule. He no longer is putting the schedule together.
Really?
Julie Geis, who did the Chicago street race and headed all that up, she's now in charge of the schedule. But when asked about it, somebody asked him about Kentucky Speedway, and he said 50-50 right now. I don't know if it comes back or not. He said it's up to SMI and what they want to do with it. So I don't know if that was him just kind of, like never say never type of thing, or if there's actually discussions going on. Yeah, but it would be cool.
I mean, it'd be cool for you and I.
Yeah, I don't think the race is going to be good, but like it would be cool. I don't know. The service is definitely
I think it could be race. I think it could be a good race.
I just wish that the corners, I wish each end of the racetrack was symmetrical. I hate the fact that it's different sizes now.
Damn symmetrical.
I like symmetry.
I'm not going to say what I want to say.
He also said that they're looking at having a cup race in the Pacific Northwest and also trying to get a race into the Denver area, which would be a street race more than likely.
It would have to be.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
It would have to be.
Go back to Pikes Peak. Obviously, there's some legal stuff around that, but
yeah.
All in all, though, fun weekend. I just realized we're at an hour already. Look at that.
Time flies when you're having fun. I do not sidetrack. I do not remember Logano winning Talladega last year.
He didn't win Talladega last year.
Or not Texas last year.
Texas, yeah. I was say he did win Texas, yeah.
I didn't mean to say Talladega. I meant to say Texas.
What are your thoughts on no Fords in the O'Reilly series? Yeah, Dustin, we talked about it a little bit ago. It sucks. Like,
it's dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Doesn't,
definitely think that needs to be.
How are you a
billion-dollar company?
Not like a prominent part of NASCAR, and you don't have any development drivers.
Zero.
Like, their development drivers are truck drivers.
And a Chevy driver.
Yeah. Like.
And of the development drivers that you say in the truck series, only like one of them is actually a development driver. That being Lane.
Maybe two.
Chandler bought his ride. And then over on
I would say Chandler could come back.
Yeah, if Chandler Smith was good enough to be in a cup car, somebody would give him the opportunity already. Yeah. And then your ThorSport guys, like those are just dudes that
they're going to be in the truck series.
Yeah. Other than like maybe Jake Garcia, who could potentially maybe move up one day, but like the other guys are all kind of there. I would love to see Majeski in an O'Reilly car, like a good O'Reilly car. He could easily win. He could definitely win. Not easily, but definitely win.
But he's not going to be a cup driver. You have one development driver. They've won.
Yeah.
Two.
And one of them's won. The other one hasn't yet.
What are we doing?
It's bad. Actually bad.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Do you want some good news?
Huh?
Do you want some good news?
Always.
Formula One's back in action this weekend in Miami.
Holy shit, it's my birthday weekend. Yeah, they are.
Oh, and it's Derby weekend.
It's my birthday weekend.
Yeah. I don't think you care about the Derby, but
I've always wanted to go.
Well, guess what? You live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Go to the infield.
That would require me to go to Louisville.
I don't want to go to Louisville.
I don't like going to Louisville.
It's
very dirty.
I don't think people understand where Churchill Downs is.
It's not a great area.
Kind of a dump. Yeah. It's not good.
It's a dump.
What you see on TV, if you go to the other side of that grandstand, not so much.
Trash. You might actually literally see a turd on the ground.
Yeah, it's not a great place. But I'll still tune in to watch the Derby.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Oh, I'm going to have to double TV it because I think the O'Reilly race is going to be on the same time. Should be. O'Reilly's at like 4:30. Derby runs at like 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So this weekend we have all 3 series in action in Texas. Trucks on Friday night, O'Reilly Saturday, and Cup on Sunday. O'Reilly starts at 3:30, so probably.
You know what I've realized that this week while watching the race?
What's that?
We didn't pick O'Reilly racers last week.
We hadn't been because we're doing points for the Cup series.
No, we've been picking O'Reilly drivers.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Who are you picking for the O'Reilly series this weekend? Actually, stop. We're going to go to trucks first. I forgot trucks running this weekend.
Yeah, you got to go trucks first. You know who I'm going with for trucks?
Nope, but you're going to tell me.
Another first-time winner.
Oh.
Caden Honeycutt.
That's a good pick. That is a good pick. I'm looking at the entry list real quick to make sure that there's nobody that I need to try to grab. Oh. I'm going to pick KB, Kyle Busch, Truck Series winner.
Mother. Oh, really?
Hocevar's in the 77 again this weekend. Also, a car that I'm actually interested to see how it does. Corey Roper's in the 62 Halmar freezing car this weekend.
Really?
I'm kind of curious to see how he does. And then you have Tony Bridinger's making a start. Not that she's going to contend, but just
let's say that matters.
Just noting. And then Williams Walsh is in the 5 this weekend. Brandon Jones is in the 1.
Oh, Lordy.
I wish NASCAR would go to Montreal. We all agree on that one, LMQ.
Yeah, we agree on that one. I want to see them in Montreal.
Casey Kane at Charlotte does sound good, Lindsay. I'm on board with that.
Wait, say it again?
Casey Kane running Charlotte in the Truck Series for the call or for the Ram.
That'd be cool.
I would be in favor of that. All right. The Andy's Frozen Custard 340.
Say that 10 times fast.
Andy's Frozen Custard 340. I'm not going to do it again. Austin Dillon is in this race in the 3 car.
Why?
Connor Zilch is in the 1. Carson Quapple's in the 9.
Why is Austin Dillon running this race?
Because Boot Barn wanted to sponsor it. They're in Texas. People in Texas wear boots.
Yeah, but go sponsor Jesse Love.
Kyle Larson's in the 88 as well.
Mother. Trucker mothers.
Keep in mind, Larson did win this race last year in the O'Reilly series.
Imagine that.
Who are you picking?
Brent Cruz.
That's a really good pick, actually. I am going to pick. I'm not picking Larson. I'm not taking the low-hanging fruit. That's too easy.
You just did with KB.
Yeah, I know. I used my one low-hanging fruit. I'm going to pick. You know what? You're taking Brent Cruz. Give me Williams Walsh.
Ooh. We're going to fight again.
18 versus 19. And then the Cup Series on Sunday. Logano won this race last year. This race has turned into be one of the more chaotic races on the schedule in recent years. So just keep that in mind when you're going to pick.
Yeah, I know.
Corey Heim is in this race, which is interesting. Not that I don't think he's going to win, but I think he could be a contender for top 10.
So, without looking, do you know who finished second in this race last year?
Ty Gibbs.
Ross Chastain.
Oh, all right. Would not have expected that.
You know who led the most laps?
Ty Gibbs.
No.
I don't know.
I'm assuming you're picking Ty Gibbs.
No, I'm not picking Ty Gibbs, no.
Kyle Larson led the most laps last year. Led 90.
Where did he finish at?
4th.
Oh, okay.
You know who had the fastest lap last year?
Denny Hamlin.
Nope.
I don't know.
The Hurricane himself.
He was a pole sitter.
And he was the pole sitter.
Is that who you're picking back to back?
I really want to, actually.
Do it.
I really want to, because this is one of the races he got wrecked. You know who led the second lap
who was fast in this race last year? Josh Berry was fast in this race last year. Led laps until he wrecked.
So was Cindric.
Yeah.
Cindric led 60 laps last year in this race.
But I don't think Penske has that speed this year.
I don't either. Like, I really want to pick a Penske car, but like,
I've got mine.
Go.
Give me Bubba Wallace.
Again?
Hear me out. Their mile-and-a-half speed is really good.
It is.
And eventually, right, like, you're going to figure out how to get it done. I just can't, in good conscience, I can't pick Reddick to win 6 of the first 11 races. He's got a better win percentage than most baseball teams at this point.
Did you see that picture?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was insane. I really want to do it. But like, most of the people who ran up front started in the back last year.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Give me Christopher Bell.
Ooh. That's a good pick.
Give me Christopher Bell.
At some point, he's got to win, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's not having a terrible year, but he's not having a great year. He usually does well here. God, I really want to pick Hocevar.
Pick Hocevar.
Screw it. I'll pick Hocevar. He'll probably wreck lap 2.
We bullied him into it, boys and girls.
He'll probably wreck lap 2. Who'd you pick? Bubba. We only go here once, right?
Yes. Alex, yes, I did see the Brendan Sorsby news today. Dodged a bullet on that one. Hopefully he does get the help. Brendan Sorsby checked himself into a rehab clinic for gambling because he was betting on, like, he has a sports gambling addiction. He was live betting Reds games as he was at them. He bet on Indiana football to win when he was on the team in 2022, which is a crazy thing to do in 2022. But yeah, he apparently has a really bad gambling problem. Good thing they just gave him $5 million at Texas Tech. Bad.
Wasn't he the one who came out and on his Venmo had it like 4 bets or something?
No, that wasn't him. I know who you're talking about, but it wasn't Sorsby.
I thought it was.
I don't remember who it was now. But all right, let the people know where they can find you.
At Closing Laps on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter.
You can find me on TikTok at Break Hard, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Break Hard Blog. We'll be back next week. We got Formula One in action, all 3 NASCAR series. And then the week after that, we got IndyCar back as well for the Indy Grand Prix, which is boring as balls, but it's still back. So the Indy Grand Prix, the road course race around the oval, that race sucks every single year, but
terrible.
It's terrible. But we'll see you guys next week.
See y'all.